Joy 99.7 FM.
Good evening and welcome to Strong and Sassy, the space where women's voices, journeys and victories take center stage. International Women's Day may have just passed, but here on Strong and Sassy, we believe celebrating remarkable women should never be limited to just one day on the calendar. You get what I mean? Well, tonight I'm joined by a woman who wears many powerful hats, an educationist shaping minds, philanthropist touching lives, and an entrepreneur boldly creating opportunities. A woman whose work reminds us that when one woman rises, she lifts many others with her. So stay with us as we dive into her journey, her passion, and the impact she continues to make in our communities. Shows produced by Mirabel Johnson. We're live on our socials, Facebook, X, and YouTube. That's courtesy Oliver Fire. It's an interactive show. Would appreciate your thoughts and comments when we begin our conversation. Send us a text via our WhatsApp 055 1111 997 055 1111 997. My name is aKorfa. This is Strong and Sassy, and the conversation starts right here. Now, Mrs. Anane Awuku is a distinguished and multifaceted entrepreneur. She's celebrated for her profound impact across the corporate, educational, and philanthropic sectors in Ghana, right? Now, as the managing director of Brain Hill International School, founded in 2018, Mary has been the driving force behind the institution's transformation, becoming the fastest growing Cambridge school with 3 campuses in Ghana. Concurrently, as the managing director of Facility Pro Management Services Limited since 2012, Mary has spearheaded the company's remarkable growth, and she will tell us more while we have her in the studio. Welcome, Mary. Glad you could join us. How are you, and how has your day been today?
I'm good, aKorfa. I'm very, very well.
You're very well?
It's been a busy day.
Yeah. You're a very busy person, because I noticed that, I don't know if I can say this, but my producer and I sort of had to schedule just to get you in studio. So we're glad that you could finally, join us today. And let's just dive into it, though. So for listeners who may, be hearing about you for the first time, who is Mary Anane Awuku beyond the titles of educationist, philanthropist, an entrepreneur?
Okay.
Yeah.
A very simple young woman who has been able to impact a lot of lives through the dreams that I set for myself as a young girl. So way back in school, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I kept on pursuing that. I wanted to be in academia. I kept on educating myself. So yes, I have done a lot of impact in the space of business, creating jobs for people, and also lecturing in schools as a guest lecturer, currently working with University of Ghana. And so most of what I actually set for myself, I've been able to achieve them.
Right. Now, when you look back, say, at your journey, what first sparked your passion for education and community, impact? Because, as a woman, probably you're there. Something might have been that turning point for you, like, this is what I want to do. This is the path I want to chart. What was that spark for you?
In the space of education, I identified a problem. And usually in setting up a business, you look out for what the needs are, and that is how you can really grow fast. So in 2012, I noticed that most schools in the country were focusing on, yes, education for the children, their brain development, academics and all. But I noticed that working parents, especially very busy mothers, who needed their children to be catered for longer hours, were not getting any education system in the country to provide that. So you'd want to go to work early, you don't have a school that will take in your child before 7. and you're closing from work at 5 or beyond 5, you don't have any school. If they do, they are going to be charging you late pickup fee, making it look like you have come so late. So that was a gap that was existing in the system, and I took advantage of that. So that was a dream or project that I wrote down in 2012. 2018 was when I really went out to set up that business, because 6 years after identifying that gap, it still didn't exist. So that is one very unique thing that Brain Hill has brought into the country.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, as an educationist, right, what do you believe is the most urgent issue facing education today, especially for young girls? Would you want to talk about that?
The most urgent question again?
Yes. So I'd like to know, say, as an educationist, what do you believe is, one of the most urgent thing facing girls in education lately?
Okay, so girls in Ghana now, I would say, compared to before, where we would focus on educating more of boys, it's no longer the same way now. Now you have both gender in school, and I feel that they're all making the impact. And in fact, recently we were looking at the statistics, and girls are even doing way better academically compared to that of boys. So I think we're doing well. And I also love the empowerment for girls and women that is always going on. This month being a month where we celebrate women goes a long way to inspire the younger ones. And I feel that throughout the education, girls are being empowered. Women like us, what your program you're doing, so if you're a woman, you can't even go to sleep because you're being motivated by people that have done exceedingly well. And so you're pushed to also do more, regardless of family or any other thing. Yeah.
Well, I was checking you out, and I noticed, yes, I was checking you out, and I noticed that you wear a lot of hats. So we want to get into, the business side of who you are. Let's talk about your businesses. Give us the rundown. What businesses are there? How did it start for you? And let's get to understand it.
The very first business I started after leaving Zenith Bank. I'd say after leaving Zenith Bank, because I was doing so many things when I was in school. So my 4 years undergrad, I took care of myself. I was selling on campus. Before university, I was also selling in the neighborhood. So I've done quite a lot of work when it comes to trading. But officially, when I left Zenith Bank in 2012, the cleaning company, which is now a full-blown facility management service, is what I started, and that's about almost 15 years ago. I started that because, like I said, I always wanted to go into business. So after my undergrad, I went back to school to do my first master's, which is an MBA in entrepreneurial management, which I completed in 2012. And so that first idea is what came to mind, to do a cleaning service. It was quite interesting for people in the bank, because you're working in the bank and the first idea you want to do as a self-employed person is to go cleaning people's homes or offices. But I always love that kind of interior decor, everything very neat. And so that's what came to mind. And about 6-7 years after that, I diversified, and then I went into the school. The school business. And like I said, that was a project that I also wrote when I was doing my MBA. I identified that gap, and then I started running the education system. But aside that, I also have a catering company. And it's a catering business that provides meals for the school. We do events catering. We cook for big capacities, like 3,000 people for events and all that. So,
while you were talking about the businesses, you touched on the fact that you were selling clothes in school, as in on campus. Thrift clothes, I understand. Because I watched an interview, and I so how did it start though? Your first capital to get you to begin, selling on campus. How was that like for you? Because you would have to start from somewhere. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so I like the way you said first capital. You don't always have to have a capital.
Well,
so this was my strategy, because you're coming from a very poor home and you don't even have the money. But the good thing is the ideas you have and the mindset, the resilience to do it regardless of the funds. So it's quite interesting now when motivating or mentoring people who to go into business, and they're looking for something very huge. So I had friends in my neighborhood who had very small shops. So if I say boutique, when I went into uni 2005, so boutique at that time is also used clothes. And what I told them was I was in uni, and so I could help them sell their clothes. So in exchange, I would put my margins on it to sell, to make money, to take care of myself. But the idea I gave them was that two people, one is Gloria, the other one is Joe. Gloria, I still have contact with her. Unfortunately, I don't know where Joe is now, but they all had their shops in Chantang, close to Tabora.
Okay.
And so they believe that, because we're neighbors, so they believe that I would go and sell, bring back their money. So I'll take clothes from them, sell, put my margins on it, and then that was what I was using to take care of myself. So for 4 years, parents didn't come in to pay for anything, be it residential or fees or books that I needed. I literally did that. And then margins, of course, I believe in multiplying money, not just spending it. So whatever I made, I kept on multiplying it, coming up with new ideas, buying other things, adding a bit of jewelry to it. That is how I survived.
Right. Have you ever had an instance like back in school where you wanted to sell something to someone and then, like you use every marketing strategy you ever had and then they will still tell you no? Like,
it happens. It happens.
And how does that make you feel?
You cannot always make a sale with every client you talk to, which is fine.
Right.
You just have to know what they need. If they don't need it, you can't really force it down their throat. So you would have to identify where your market is. And whatever products or service you're rendering or selling, not everybody is your market. It's the same thing in the education space. If you're selling a Cambridge assessment system to anybody, you have to be sure that they don't want a GES. Some people still want to run the GES or want to have another foreign system for their child. So not everybody is your market. So you shouldn't be heartbroken when somebody turns their back on you.
Okay.
Just keep looking. You'll find someone.
You'll find someone to buy.
Yeah.
Well, so years down the line, let's get into the other businesses that you started. What would you say has been, I'm pretty sure every business had its own unique challenge that you face. So I want us to get to the challenges that you came across setting up these businesses and how you were able to overcome them. So maybe we can start with the business side, which is the school. Maybe we can start with the school, the catering bit, and we move down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the school, I started with 2 children I had at that time, so my own kids. So I had to take them out of the school where they were to experiment with them.
Wow.
Yes. So, and I was heavily pregnant with the 3rd one, but going around sharing flyers, going to companies in the area, in East Legon, telling them about Brain Hill, the unique service we have brought. We are the only school in the country that was running from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. To 8 p.m. and we're serving 5 meals in a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, plus 2 snacks. We're a Cambridge accredited program, and we have also brought in a bit of the Ghanaian system to it so that they don't lose a touch with their Ghanaian culture. It wasn't easy because you're new, and the vicinity where we decided to situate the school was also very choked with a lot of foreign schools. And so it got to a time where I had to beg people to come. I had to take off admission fees. There was a time I even had to drop the fees that I started with because they didn't believe in the system, and which is quite okay because you are new. You need to really push. Get in 1 or 2 people to go out there and testify that what you claim you will do, you're actually doing it and it's worth it. So people would come, they would leave. Oh, there's nobody here. You don't have any students yet. Okay, then I'll come back next term. It wasn't easy convincing people. But immediately, in fact, the first person who came, and she's still there with us 8 years ago, she said that I'll keep my child because there's nobody here. And it's because I don't want my child to get infection. So that is the reason why she stayed, So, but for me, just even winning one client was enough. And one of the things that has helped Brain Hill to grow is parents' recommendation. As they came and they started enjoying it, they went out there to tell others. And it's really grown the school very fast. So the major challenge is with getting people. Along the line, we're still having one or two challenges because you cannot say it's a perfect environment. No matter the business you're running, you still have one or two challenges with parents. But above it all, we have still grown, and we've become the fastest growing Cambridge school. We've been awarded about twice. I mean, so far, and I'm sure that there are greater things that are coming, and people should look out for it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I have heard you talk about psychology and entrepreneurship. How does that work hand in hand for you and in your businesses?
So psychology was my major when I was doing my undergrad. And the interesting thing about psychology is that it calms you down when you're dealing with people because you get to know that we're very different. And you cannot expect everybody to be as you want them to be. I pursued psychology again in my master's after the first MBA. I went back to do an MPhil in industrial psychology because it became very interesting. Somebody who really wants to go into the business space and realizing how psychology shapes your mind in dealing with people. I did the industrial and organizational, where I researched in entrepreneurial competencies. So how do these entrepreneurs become successful? What psychological competencies or skills do they apply to reaching that success they have reached? So I kept on doing it, currently doing a PhD, doing further research in the mind of the entrepreneurs. Who are they? How do they pass on businesses from one person to another? So it brought about the entrepreneurial psychologist. And that is what I call myself because I've done quite a number of researches in that space to a point where I don't just run the business as an entrepreneur, but I'm a researcher for entrepreneurs to be able to succeed in their businesses. Because it's not just having the idea and going out there and running the business. You would work with people, from customers to your employees to everybody who is a stakeholder. And you need to understand the game, understand their minds,
Right. Well, as someone, you're deeply involved in education, how would you assess the current state of Ghana's education system?
Ghana's education system is broad, So I'm saying it's broad because we have the local system. We have quite a number of foreign systems that we have also brought down.
Okay.
And I like the fact that there is a blend.
Okay.
Parents can get to choose because we live in a global village. We can't always expect to do things our way. We travel, we meet other people. Foreigners also come in. So we need to develop our children in a way that, or everybody around us, in a way that they can fit in any society they find themselves. I know that GS is doing so well. It keeps evolving. New systems, new curriculum is being developed every time. And the foreign ones too are bringing down a lot of tech-based education system. It pushes you to think well, helps them with the STEAM programs we have. Arts is a very big deal because not all children are the reading and writing kind of people. Some are very good when it comes to the creative spaces and very innovative, and these are the skills we sometimes ignore in our local system. How are people able to use, if you look at robotics, for instance, how are they able to develop and build certain things? So the education system in Ghana, I would say, is gradually evolving, is getting better every day.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know your school, you mentioned there's the blend thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Cambridge curriculum is filling gaps in the local system?
Yes, it is. So where we lack when it comes to the foreign systems or our local education, that is where it is bridging the gaps for us. We have brought in a blend of it in the aspect of bringing religious and moral education in our school because it's not a Cambridge thing. They don't ask you to teach religion. We also teach in the Ghanaian history. It is foreign, and so you do a lot of British history, but we do teach them the Ghanaian history. There are a lot of occasions in Ghana that we celebrate as a school. It is a Cambridge school. So those decisions are taken by the school themselves to bring in that, so that the students don't lose a touch of the Ghanaian culture. It is a school that has over 22 different nationalities, but we try to let them have a feel of the Ghanaian system as well. Yeah.
Right. Now, what advice would you give parents trying to choose the best education for their children today? Because I'm sure, some parents are usually torn between what type of education to give their kids. And since you are in the space, what are some of the pointers you can share with a parent who is trying to decide? Yeah.
Okay. Environment is very important, and so parents, usually we have in this month, every Sunday after 1 p.m. till about 5 is an open house day. You need to go into the education space. It's not just what you see online. You need to go and have a good tour of the space. Where would your children sit from morning till you pick them up? What would they eat? You need to check the environment where they'll be. Is it hygienic enough? Because kids can easily pick infections. So that is very important. And then you can look at the system where they're running. The Cambridge or any other foreign curriculum can be quite expensive. So your finances would also really advise you on what you can pay for, what you can afford. So I wouldn't really decide for parents that go for foreign or go for local. Most of us did the local system, but here we are today doing exceedingly well. And so the investigation, getting parents' recommendations too is very key. So wherever you want to go into, make sure you speak to a couple of people there for feedback, so that you can be very sure. And you check their system. You have every right to sit with whoever, be it the admin or marketing or the head of the school, to ask all the questions. Make sure you please yourself before you go in there. You don't just take maybe one or two people's recommendation, but ask the necessary questions. What system are you running? Are your teachers well qualified? What accreditations do they have? Are they certified? When it comes to Brain Hill, FDA certifies us because our kitchen provides for them. You need to ensure that all those things are done. Ghana Red Cross, because our teachers are trained with first aid. We have a nurse in there. Make sure that there's a nearby health facility, because emergencies could happen. What happens to your child in your absence? Brain Hill's proximity to Yeboah Hospital is very good. Within a minute, we can drive there and your child is catered for. So try and ensure that all these boxes are checked before you place your child in the school.
Right. I want to get into this part where I saw that you have won, you've won a lot of awards, but let's talk about the 40 under 40. And you won for, I think, best among equals. That's coming across as a huge one, because obviously at the top, and you're winning amongst people at the top as well. How did that make you feel that day? And let's talk about that a bit.
Yeah, I was very excited.
Right.
Yeah, very happy, and that at least all that we're doing is being recognized. For a long time, I decided to just be hidden a bit and just do what I feel really would support people. It wasn't really about me or awards, but when I started getting calls from these awarding bodies, I felt that, okay, let's get out there, let's get people to know us. So yes, 40 people were awarded. We did get for education, and then amongst the other industries too, we came top. So it meant that we're doing something very good. Right. And over 7 to 8 year period, if you've been able to achieve something like this, and last year, it wasn't just 40 under 40, but also the Ghana Business Awards also gave Brain Hill International School the best international school for the year.
Yeah, congratulations.
So I felt that our parents are happy. Of course, it came from people that we didn't know. Recommendations went to them. And we are glad that whatever we think we're doing in the hidden is actually being appreciated by people externally.
Congratulations. Well, you wear many hats. You're an entrepreneur, you're a school founder, you're a wife, you're a student, you're a mother. How are you balancing it all? Let us know. Because I'm pretty sure someone is out there's like, hey, how are you doing all of this? You are one person. Talk to us.
I get that all the time. But I believe that, like I said, psychology is all about your mind. What do you tell yourself? What do you believe? You know, your mind is a tool that you can easily manipulate. If you feed it something good, it would give you energy to do the things you want to do. So you just have to be intentional about it. Motherhood shouldn't stop anybody from achieving their dreams. Yes, we came into this world as women to give birth, but that's not all. There's more to it than giving birth and maybe taking care of the home. I know sometimes people make it look like it's a full-time job. It can be if you want it to be. Even as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, I can't do it all by myself, even in one organization. And that is why we hire people. You have managers around you to help you. You cannot be the finance manager. You cannot be your own principal. You cannot be your own HR. So I have all these people in place so that you have a very strong system in place. Business, after a while, should go beyond the owner. It should be built as a system so that when the owner is not there, it can still survive. The same with the family. You cannot do it all by yourself, else you would even break down. I'm a mother of 4. Imagine running around, cooking for them, cleaning after them, doing the things I have to do for husband, you would break down, even if it's a full-time job. So we need to learn how to delegate where possible. So I have my cleaning company. Obviously, I have 2 people who come to do cleaning for me twice in a week. And if you're working hard, you shouldn't be stingy. If you can get somebody something small to support you, there's nothing wrong with it. We try to be superwomen and we break down. You limit the things you can do, trying to juggle everything and do it all by yourself. You might not even get the perfection that you're looking for because you're trying to do so many things by yourself. So I think the ability to delegate has helped me, and to trust people, because you need to be able to have some level of trust for somebody to be able to ask them to do certain things for you. So that can help anybody to do multiple things. The ability to delegate and to trust.
Right. Well, we're going to tag along you today. Walk us through a typical day in Anane Awuku's life. When you wake up from bed, what time are we waking up? What are we doing? Where do we go? What do we do? How do we wrap up our day?
Okay. So I wake up at 3 a.m.
You?
That's when my day starts.
Hey!
That's when my day starts. So I do a lot of things. So obviously I can't have the same hours as everybody else. Yes, so that's how I make a lot of things happen, because as I said, I'm in school.
Okay.
And so I need to do a lot of academic work. I have papers to write, assignments to do. And so between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., 5 is when I wake the kids up. It's a very quiet moment for me. I like to think in such times, such moments. And so when I'm up, I'm either focusing on my research work, or I'm sending emails to managers what to do for the day. And I do a lot of reflection that period, because there are no phone calls coming. There's no mommy, or come and do some cooking and all that. So that is the best time to start. When the kids are up at 5, I also get myself in the gym. I have a small gym in the house because you need energy to work. So I do a bit of exercises while the kids are also getting ready. And then I'm out of the house with them by 6:30. By 7, we are in the office. I drop them and then I spend the day with them at the school, or I move to the facility management. So I have days that I spend at each of the places.
Okay.
I have days that I also, so for the next 3 months, I do some work with Kolebu, the Melody, which is a psychiatric department in Kolebu, because as part of PhD, so the things that we have to do. And so currently that is what I do. By 9 p.m., I need to be in bed, because so I sleep early to be able to wake up early. So I do all my running around in the offices where I work. And
Okay.
yeah.
3 a.m. Oh my God. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Strong and Sassy right here on Joy 99.7. If we're having a conversation with Mrs. Anane Awuku, and she is blowing my mind. The 3 a.m. is still trying to make. I don't know. Like, okay, well, we'll see. We'll talk about that off air probably. But what are some non-negotiables for you when it comes to family time? Mind sharing a little bit of that with us?
Okay, so we are a very spiritual family. My dad is an evangelist. He turns 80 this year, next month.
That's beautiful.
And so the training that was given to us as a family is what I'm passing on to my children. So we are always in church on Sundays. Even when we're out of the country, we find a church wherever we are. We go to church. I believe that when you instill that discipline in them, that foundation of that we're Christians, strong Christian foundation in them, they would always be careful the decisions they take. And so for me, that is non-negotiable, because they need to know the supreme being that caters for us wherever you go, whatever you're doing. He's always there with you, but you need to have a relationship with him to be able to have him be by you all the time.
Okay. Well, we've got a message here that I was hoping to quickly get into, but before we're able to do that, though, what kind of mother would you say you are at home? Are you strict? Are you soft? Somewhere in between?
Okay. Maybe you should ask my children, but I would place myself somewhere in between.
Okay.
Yeah. But maybe they'll move closer to the strict one.
Mommy is strict. Mommy is strict. Now, when life gets overwhelming, though, what keeps you grounded?
God. Yeah, the thought of how far grace has brought me. And so I sometimes you can get down. Sometimes you can be a bit discouraged, disappointed. But I always feel that the grace factor is there, no matter the challenges you're going through. Because if I look at where I have come from, I don't think that he would leave me in this state. So nothing really scares me anymore. Yeah.
That's a beautiful mindset to have. We'll go for a quick breather, though. But before we do that, I want us to talk about this. So some women still feel that they must choose between ambition and family. From your experience, do women really have to choose?
No, not at all. Not at all, because there are lots of women that have been able to combine family, their personal life, their business life, everything, corporates, very well. They've been able to combine it very well, and they're succeeding in all of it. So I don't think it's about choosing. Whatever you have to do, like I said, it's a mind game. You just have to be positive in your thinking. You just have to be resilient. The challenges will come as you're trying to do so many things at the same time. Obviously, it won't be easy, because sometimes it's really difficult when you have to submit something, assignments, and the deadline is catching up. You have meetings, you have things to do in other areas. It's difficult, but regardless, you would finish one thing. I always say that even if it's schooling, you're adding to family life and all, you would get over it.
Yeah.
You finish one. So we shouldn't be choosing. And like I said, people choose, and so they get stuck at home. You know, for me, it saddens my heart to see that somebody is saying I'm a full-time housewife. No, there's so much you can do. Let's not bury our dreams because of marriage, because of children. These children will leave us and move on someday. So there's so much we can do. Let's not limit it. And the potentials that we came into this world with, bring it out. Because looking at what I have done and the jobs that have been provided for people, if I had said I can't do it, or I'll be tired and I want to focus on the children or the family, look at the people that have been hired, you know?
That's true. Well, thank you very much for touching on this one. We have a game to play with you. We'll come back to wrap up, but we're doing all of that after this quick one right here. Don't go anywhere. Still Strong and Sassy on Joy 99.7 FM. I'll be right back.
In celebration of 70 years of excellence, Ghana International School,
supported by Bethel Dental, present an original musical featuring Laboni Secondary School
titled
Once Upon a School Bell.
Commissioned and written by our alumna, Vaco Ferguson. This powerful production weaves together history,
love,
family,
and friendship
that stand the test of time, reflecting the shared journey of GIS and Ghana.
Join us at the National Theatre on the 20th and 21st of March 2026 at 6 p.m. sharp.
It's 150 Ghana cedis for students and 200 cedis for adults.
Media partners, Joy Multimedia, Channel 1 TV, and City FM, as well as MX24 TV. With special thanks to Sun Lodge Hotel,
Atlantic Catering,
Mr. Aintree Boache,
The Classic Sculpt,
The GIS PTA,
Vivi's Dance and Theatre Academy,
and Ghana Gas. Once Upon a School Bell, a timeless tale of love, family, and friendships that never fade.
Through these gates.
As part of our Ghana Man.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Well, welcome back. It's still strong and sassy on Joy 99.7 FM. Time check in studio 7:44. We have in studio with us Mrs. Anane Awuku. Lots of questions are coming in, so we'll be getting into that pretty shortly. But I want to find out from you, do you think society supports ambitious women enough? Or are women still expected to, quote, play small?
It depends on the society around you, the woman. So choose the society that is right for you.
Choose the society that's right for you. I find that quite interesting because, sometimes I think we're usually very bothered by what someone will say. And so we're like, we need to do it, within the confines of what we think is acceptable in the eyes of society. But, the society around you, that's a very good one. I like that. I'm actually quite excited about the game I want to play with you, but we'll do that pretty shortly. We're going on the phone lines to quickly have a conversation with the CEO of Charterhouse, that is Theresa Ayowade. And if we've got her on, we'll do that, and then we'll come back in studio and have our conversation with Mrs. Mary Anane Awuku. Do we have her now? Okay, we do have her. Alrighty, let's do that right now. And then, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, Mrs. Theresa Ayowade, good evening. I'm glad you could join us today. How are you doing?
I'm great, and thank you for having me.
Awesome. Now, let's quickly get into the National Women's Summit and Expo. Let's talk about that.
Great. So, basically, the National Women's Summit is in its 8th year, and it's holding on Friday morning from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Palms Convention Center inside La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. It's going to be the biggest gathering for women in celebration of International Women's Day. It's an intergenerational gathering of leadership, empowerment, and mentorship. And we have a very interesting lineup of activities for the day. In the morning, we have the plenary session, which is headlined by the special guest of honor, Nana Oye Bampo Ado, the Deputy Chief of Staff for the Office of the President. And we have a panel, a very powerful panel discussion right after, which is on the topic Women, Money, and Power. And it's a very powerful discussion built around how women who have risen to the top of their finance, of their careers in the finance industry can use their power to empower women entrepreneurs and SMEs.
Okay, so this year's summit is, guided by the theme "Give to Gain." What does this theme mean, and how does it reflect the vision of this year's summit?
Well, Give to Gain really fits in well with the National Women's Summit ethos, because we are very big on intergenerational mentorship, and we are calling on accomplished women to give of their time of their resources, of their knowledge, of their lived experiences to mentor the next generation of women leaders, to empower them, to enable them to also discover their potential. And when the next generation is able to find their potential and succeed, society also succeeds and the economy succeeds.
Right.
So that's it fits in so well with our ethos, and we are very big on mentorship. Our event is different because we bring together accomplished women with up-and-coming young women. So for this event, we have a youth forum. We have a youth forum from 2 to 5 p.m., which is led by young entrepreneurs. We have Gwen Zima of Hair Center and Hip Beauty Show. And we also have Hamamat Montia of the Shea Butter Museum and Hamamat Cosmetics. And they will be leading the conversation at the Youth Forum, basically inspiring the young people on a journey, to take them on a journey of financial independence. And then we also have speed mentoring. This is the biggest speed mentoring event to happen in Ghana, where we have 30 top industry and business leaders mentoring 300 mentees simultaneously. So that's also going to be taking place there. Young people are already registering to be mentored. We have the mentors already signed up and geared and ready to go. And we believe that this is the biggest example of giving to gain at the National Women's Summit.
That's very profound. That's very lovely. Now, how will the business pitch support women, entrepreneurs, and innovators? We'd like to know that quickly.
Well, we are encouraging these women entrepreneurs to adopt digital tools and technology in their businesses. So the business pitch is typically to encourage them to share their business ideas and show us how they are incorporating digital transformation and technology in their business. And I think the pitch has been running for about 2 weeks, and we are doing the final 5 were selected today, and these 5 will be doing their presentation on stage. I think that's between 12 to 2 p.m. during the SME Impact session. And MTN has put up a prize of 30,000 today to support the emerging winner for the day. So this is something that we are going to be growing into a big pitch for women SMEs in the future. So this is the first time we're doing it, and a very exciting addition to the event.
Yeah, very exciting indeed. Now, one more time though, the venue, the time, and the date again, so that anyone who didn't catch on when you mentioned it earlier will be able to update themselves.
Well, it's the National Women's Summit. It's coming off this Friday at the Palms Convention Center in La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. It's from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And it's just going to be a wonderful gathering of women from all walks of life, from the top-level executives to the SHS high school students, the tertiary students. It's an intergenerational gathering where we share knowledge, we share experience, and we encourage potential.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Theresa Ayode, for speaking to us, and we can't wait to be at your event on Friday.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you personally.
I will be passing by. I'll be passing by.
I'd like to meet you personally. And all your panelists and all your listeners are all invited.
We will do that. We will pass by. We'll pass by. Thank you so much for coming through as well and speaking to us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, now let's come in studio where we have our very own Mrs. Mary Anane Awuku. You have an awesome event actually coming up as well, and we'd like you to touch on that.
Yes, so on Saturday, the 14th, Brain Hill is also bringing its full family together all parents and children of Brain Hill. We call it the Family Sports Day.
Okay.
Where the staff and everybody, you're meeting at the Brain Hill preschool campus, opposite the preschool campus, the AIS Sports Center, directly opposite the preschool campus. It's a moment to network, moment to get to know us, moment for staff. This is not an academic session for us. It is not the typical day where we're teaching, and we this time we just want to have fun with the whole Brain Hill community.
Okay.
And the kids will have several games that they will be playing. The parents will have games, different activities to make it fun. I feel that the parents in moments like that get to know us better, get to connect with us better, because we don't want it to be business as usual all the time. It makes the community too rigid. But moments like that, we relax and we sit and eat together, drink together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, again, what's the time again?
It's a whole day event.
It's a whole day. Okay.
So from 9 a.m. till 4.
And that's the Saturday.
That's Saturday.
Okay.
That's Saturday.
All right.
And then as part of what I do to also empower business people, on the 28th of March, we have entrepreneurial psychology masterclass, which would also be done at the Signature Apartment in their conference room called the Diner Space.
Okay.
So inside the Signature Apartment, the Diner Space, where young business people that have ideas and want to get mentoring, how do they do it? What strategies should they use? We also have 4 top executives in the space of business psychology coming to explain, and also in finance, coming to explain how to run a business well in such a way that you do not collapse, because statistics shows that more businesses close down than survive in the first 5 years. So if you don't want to be part of those that will shut down your business, you need to get the best guidance. So 28th of March, anybody who is interested in the business space should join us at Signature Apartments.
Okay. We've got some messages for you, and this one is from Edmund Awute. Says, good evening, Joy FM. I am very impressed with the commitment and passion that Mrs. Mary Anane Awuku good work has shown. Actually says good work. Congratulations on your great achievements. Yeah, she's a serious powerhouse. I'm not gonna lie. Someone who wakes up at 3 a.m. Guys, I'm still not over the 3 a.m. But this one says, good evening. I'm listening to the program Strong and Sassy. I'm curious if she doesn't mind letting us know how young she is.
I turned 40 this year.
Hey, Mrs. Awuku. Congratulations in advance. We're really happy for you. And goes on to say, great submissions. You are an inspiration. And Deborah Adjoisian, who says, great presentation, managing director extraordinary. Oh, okay. So Deborah knows you. Deborah
she's
knows
the principal of the preschool campus.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Deborah, for tuning in and for sending in your message. Get people to support you. I love that. That's Mami Ajwa sending that one in. Says the future is a female, and that's my MD. I love the nuggets that, you dropped. Like, build a community around you. And all of that is actually sticking with, I'm pretty sure, a lot of people tuning in right now. Now, before we wrap up our conversation, we'll play our game. It's called Knowing You, even though we've already started knowing you, but this one is like on a different level.
Okay.
Now, the rule is you must answer immediately without thinking. Like, you're not thinking about it. When I say it, you just tell me what comes to your mind. Okay, so coffee or tea?
Coffee.
High heels or sneakers?
High heels.
Strict teacher or cool teacher?
Strict.
Business meeting or girls' night out?
Business meeting.
Early morning or late night worker?
Early morning.
Shopping for yourself or shopping for the family?
Family.
Would you want silence or loud family house?
Silence.
Quick makeup to work or glamorous makeup?
In between.
In between. This one is finish the sentence is our next game. Same rule applies. You'll have to complete the sentences very quickly. Now, the funniest thing my kids have ever said to me is,
oh my goodness.
Think. Tick, 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 tock, tick, tock, tick,
Oh my
tock,
God.
tick, tock, tick, tock. The funniest thing my kids have ever said to me is tick, tock, TikTok.
They say a lot of things.
A lot of things. Now, if I wasn't running businesses, I would probably be
a pastor.
Eish! I love that because your dad is an evangelist. Now, our last segment. What is something you do that your staff would be shocked to know?
My staff would be shocked to know.
Yeah.
They know everything.
They know everything.
Yeah, I'm an open book.
That you wake up at 3 a.m.?
They know.
They know that?
They know more than that.
They know more. They know more than that. Now, have you ever Googled parenting advice at midnight?
No.
Okay. Now, between being a CEO, wife, and mom, which one would you say is the hardest job in the world?
CEO.
CEO. Okay, he's got the mommy thing down. Go you. I love that. Now, finally, before I let you go, though, if anyone is listening to you, like many professional women struggle with the pressure to be perfect in every role, what message would you give them?
Just take it easy on yourself and just take feedback well, because we get better, we improve based on the feedbacks that we get. Sometimes you think you're getting it all right. Sometimes you think you're getting it all wrong. But the feedback will direct you because you're serving people. Even if it's your children, you're serving them. So taking feedback from them helps to direct your path. Whether you're doing things right, you're doing it too much, you're not really doing what they expect you to do at all. Because even in business, you need feedback from your clients. In management, you need feedback from your team. So that is what shapes us.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay. Now, can you briefly talk about the masterclass again and share some details? You mentioned that there was this masterclass that, you'll be offering.
Yeah. So as I have been working, meeting people, I get the questions a lot. How do you do it? How do I get better at my business? These are the challenges I have. And that is what brought about the Entrepreneurial Psychology Masterclass. That instead of doing it one-on-one, now you can have a team. Not everybody might get closer to you to get these advice. So now we've made it open. You come to the program, you get to meet other people, not just me, who are also well experienced in the business space to direct you.
Okay.
When you go on our website, my website, Mary Anane Awuku, you can register on that website. You can also go to my Instagram, and we can have a conversation there.
Your Instagram name?
Yeah, Mary Anane Awuku.
Okay.
Is what you can use to find me almost everywhere.
Everywhere. All right.
And that's it, yeah. We see you on the 28th of March.
Okay.
At the Signature Apartments from 9 a.m. It's a whole day workshop.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you can also call for more inquiries on 0553 414 133. That's 0553 414 133 to be part of the masterclass and make inquiries as well. Well, your final words before we let you go. Anyone listening to you and they're encountering you for the first time, what would you say to such a person to motivate them and to inspire them on the path that they are on?
I would encourage everybody to go out there and make an impact. Like I keep saying, we all have something great in us and we need to give it out before we leave. We all came here for a purpose, so you don't keep it to yourself. Impact the lives of others, no matter how small the community is. If you can do a bigger one, why not go out there? Never feel intimidated. And just as I mentioned, have the right people around you. The people that would inspire you, the people that would challenge your thinking to do more, the people that will not make you feel you are not enough. They shouldn't dampen your spirit. They should rather push you to do more. So let's look out for people that would add value to us. Or if you're also giving out, make sure you are giving value to others. It should be an exchange, not just taking, but use what you're taking to also, impact the life. The Bible says there's more blessing in giving than receiving. So try to do more. So the main reason why we are out there inspiring women is because we want to give more, to be able to get more blessings in what we do.
Right. Thank you very much, Mrs. Anane Awuku, for being here today. It has been a very good conversation, an enlightening one that is causing me to start thinking of how I'll be waking up at 3 a.m. But I truly appreciate you spending time with us this evening. Thank you very much, and all the best in all you do as well. So if you're just joining us, you have missed out on a lot, but you might want to check it out on our social media platforms as well, on our YouTube and on our Facebook. Now, before I go through there's a message. I think someone is actually quite excited about the fact that you turned 40 this year and says, well done, congratulations, I'm 77. I will come and look for you one day. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure she'll be looking forward to that. And to you who tuned in and for sending in your text, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And show is produced by Mirabelle Johnson. Oliver Fanyo made us visible on social media. My name is aKorfa. I'll catch you same time next Wednesday for Strong and Sassy right here on Joy 99.7 FM. You can find me on Instagram and on X at I am aKorfa.